Lady Yoga, and this is Yoga Quickies, the show where you tell us what you want out of your yoga or fitness routine, and we deliver it to you in 5 minutes or less. That's the exercise portion, but we'll be chatting a little bit more than that. This is my friend Sarit Rogers, an amazing yoga teacher here in Los Angeles, but you're just more than that. Yes. You're more than a yoga teacher. And this is, so we were preparing for our Yoga Quickie, and we were talking about sort of the gears that you're shifting into in yoga. Teaching yoga as we advance, right, in our yoga practices. The word advance doesn't necessarily mean throwing your leg over your head and standing on your pinky or Instagramming yourself in a handstand in a bikini. Sometimes
on the edge of a cliff.
On the edge of a cliff.
We don't want to do that.
No. Well, what's advanced? What are you starting to see as you're teaching your classes? And I want to know a little bit, or we're just going to share a little bit about your education and how you're kind of shifting your teaching.
Yeah. I was trained to do Hatha Vinyasa Yoga, but through the lens of trauma awareness, and had a lot of somatic experiencing influence, which is a trauma healing modality. And I've really shifted the focus of my teaching to be more accessible. I'm an accessible yoga ambassador. I'm also a Yoga for All teacher. So working with all bodies and recognizing that we all have our own unique architecture. And so that architecture is going to be able to do what that architecture is going to be able to do. And if I teach something and I say, well, if you're advanced, then you're going to do this, it doesn't feel very accessible. Sometimes we're working with fatigue, with injury, with chronic illness, with grief. Maybe we turned on the news.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, it shows up.
Right, and it shows up in our physiology. Even if we're like, well, I can do this, and yesterday I could do this. So to me, when I think of an advanced yogi, or an advanced practitioner, if you will, it's somebody who has the self-awareness to take a child's pose. The self-awareness.
It's really the best pose anyway, y'all.
Totally the best pose. We call it wisdom pose where I'm from.
You're from LA, so.
I know.
Well, Sarit and I are actually going to do a practice that is very typical that you would see in a yoga studio, but we're going to do it in a different way and an accessible way for all people. Am I right?
Yeah. All people, all bodies, all abilities. You could even use a chair if you had one. So many different ways.
I have no chairs in my home.
That's okay.
They're all
pretend.
on my roof from a party. Okay, so we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. And you guys are going to be able to do this anywhere. And 5 minutes is happening. And let's go. We're going to do a wall sun salutation.
Fantastic. So stand with your feet about 6 inches from the wall. And finding your way into not Shavasana, you're standing, into Tadasana.
Standing Shavasana.
Standing Shavasana. So finding your way into Tadasana, feeling your feet, really finding that foundation in our feet, feeling all 4 corners.
It feels just nice to be close to something solid too, if you feel like you're losing it.
And sometimes, what we don't realize is that we need support. And so there's this beautiful, beautiful piece of this particular practice that provides us with an actual physical, tangible piece of support. And starting in that Tadasana, which is so foundational and really, to me, in every single pose that we do, it's in everything that we do if we want it to be.
A lot of awareness too, and just standing evenly.
Right. So much awareness.
Yeah.
I'll give you another little interesting thing. Press down with your feet and away, and feel the sides of your legs come online.
And you were talking about the language you use too is very different than other yoga teachers. If you can hear. But you said it's like a somatic. No, you said. What was
said, well, yeah. I'm also in the midst of my somatic experiencing practitioner training, and we use a lot of invitational language.
I love that.
And from the lens of trauma, it's like you look in a regular yoga class and you don't know who has what trauma.
Exactly.
And the statistics are pretty intense. 1 in every 3 women has some form of sexual trauma.
Yeah, we're all left up.
We have shit.
Yeah.
And we walk into these rooms and we sometimes don't know that something's going to get activated.
Right.
And then someone says something and all of a sudden you're in a puddle.
Yeah.
And I
not
think
just sweat.
Right. And I think that as teachers we have to be really aware,
Yeah.
We have to be aware. We have to be aware of who we're
And being on the camera. Totally.
And being on the camera, which I really don't like. That's why I'm a photographer, and I like being behind the camera. Just note that.
And P.S. everything that she's mentioning from like the words and the I mean, even the schools of thought will be down below. She's going to give it to me later.
Below.
Down below.
All right, so let's do this. So wall sun salutation. Right? So taking it deep, inhale, arms rise. Feel the length of your body. Exhale, plant your hands on the wall. Slide your hands down to the waist. Press forward into a wall cobra.
Oh, it's nice.
Feel the wall against your body. Feel that support. And then exhale, come back down, step back into a wall, downward facing dog.
Everybody should be doing this right now.
I totally agree.
It's so good. Sometimes when I actually like demo a pose in a class, I'm like, why aren't I doing this all the time?
All the time.
I mean, you do, but sometimes, you
Yeah.
step out, you drop out.
So bus stop 1, you can step your left foot to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Bus stop 2, you could have lifted your left leg first and stepped it through the wall.
Like that.
Right? Yep.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So options. Square your hips. Bend into your front knee.
This is awesome.
And just notice the sensations there. Sink in, find the sensations, and then breathe with it. See if you can access the breath, keeping some spaciousness behind the shoulders.
It's amazing that you can find grounding in more than just the ground.
Right, feeling your hands planted on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you'd like, you can take the option of keeping your hands there or walking your hands up. Getting a different sensation in the upper shoulders.
This isn't easy either, holding this.
No.
Because you feel like, resistance and
Yeah, there's a
lift
whole bunch of
and-
stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then if you want to really play with balance or maybe taking it off the wall, you can take your arms toward the sky.
Nice.
Yeah. And then exhale your hands back to the wall. Step your left foot back. Your wall dog.
Oh, no.
Wall dog. I love that. Wiggling your hips in there a little bit.
Ooh, thanks, timer. We got to do the right side, though. Oh, shut up. That's a great timer sound.
That's super, super calming. So stepping your right foot forward, squaring your hips, and noticing, is this side different? Does this side have a different message?
Yeah, it's like, please don't.
Yeah, and can we honor that? Maybe this side just wants to stay here.
I'm thinking that's probably, Still working with a busted toe, a broken toe. So it's always interesting. And did you know that the big toe
It's a huge deal.
is a huge,
It's your
second
balance.
to hearing is, okay,
That's-
I'm new to this information.
That is, if you have a busted, it's like your thumb of your foot.
It is a thumb.
It's
I
the thumb.
actually had a trainee, Crystal, are you out there, who used to say the thumb of the foot, and
It's
I'm
the
like,
thumb
now
of the
I'm
foot.
using it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's the thumb of the foot.
I love that. This is, these are the things that you do all the time in your yoga practice, but you're doing it in a different environment.
Right.
And I think it's really important to remember these things every time you go in, that advanced doesn't necessarily, and those teachers that encourage you to do things that are beyond your limits or your limitations or what you think you can do,
Right.
that's great. But also being able to take it back a notch.
Yeah, and also, knowing like what are your limitations? Like
Today and every day is different.
I have short arms. They're just short. They're not super long.
Okay.
Right? So I'll be in a class and someone's like, and you can bind if you want. And I just go, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
However, bird of paradise, for example, I was like, I wonder, because I thought, I'll never get into that pose. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Because my arms are never going to do this whole pretzel-y thing. Not that it means anything if I can or can't get into it.
Yeah.
And I tried it with a strap. Oh, how liberating. So I think that, props are actually more like tools anyway. They're liberating. They bring the floor up closer. They lengthen your arms. They lengthen your legs. Like,
I love that.
use what you can. And if you're at home, You don't have yoga blocks.
Exactly.
Use a book.
War and Peace.
Use a book.
Totally.
Use a tie or a scarf.
Yeah. Bolsters are just pillows.
Bolsters
in
or
disguise.
pillows.
Yeah. And they're
Yeah.
like the toys for adults. And not talking those toys. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't have toys anymore, really.
No,
Other
no.
toys we do. But, you know, it's like fun to have.
Somatic experiencing has fun toys. I have a whole bag of toys. Oh yeah, Hoberman sphere and Slinky to talk about the nervous system. It's pretty rad.
That'll be our next quickie together. Anyway, we're out of time. This is great. You can do this at your desk. You can do this on your bed. You can do this like in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And it just changes the way you think about stuff. And yoga is supposed to be freaking fun and not so showy, telly, and all that stuff. And really just listening to yourself first. You're the first teacher, and then you'll listen to your teacher.
Yeah.
You know, if your voice is loud and booming like Sarit's. Holy crap. Anyway, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
joining
Thank
me
you.
for this yogi quickie.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about Sarit Rogers, is down below. You'll find out where her classes are if you're in LA. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let us know what you want to know out of your yoga and fitness routine. We're going to give it to you in 5 minutes or less, and also chat. So thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe below, and don't be a troll and mean, and namaste.
Namaste. Thanks.
You're awesome.